Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Biblical Victor Podcast. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about Matthew 6:34. Let's get right into today's topic. Hi, ChatGPT. I want you to be my co-host within today's episode. And within today's episode, we are going to be going over the verse Matthew 6:34. It says, "Live one day at a time and don't worry about tomorrow. God will take care of your tomorrow." So, ChatGPT, what does this mean? And how can we provide words of encouragement for the audience listening?
Absolutely. I'd love to be your co-host. So that verse is a beautiful reminder to stay present and not get overwhelmed by future worries. It encourages us to trust that things will work out and that we have the strength to handle today. For our audience, we can encourage them to focus on the present moment and trust that they'll be taken care of one day at a time.
Beautifully said. So it says Matthew 6:34 is a biblical verse that advises against worrying about the future, stating, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Sufficient for the day for its own trouble." The verse encourages focusing on the present and trusting that needs will be met, drawing from the broader context where Jesus is teaching about his followers' relationship with God and his provision. So ChatGPT, can you dissect this and explain what this means?
Absolutely. This verse is part of a larger teaching where Jesus emphasizes that we shouldn't be consumed by anxiety about the future. The main idea is that just as God provides for the birds of the air and the lilies of the field, he will also provide for us. It encourages us to trust that we have what we need today and not get weighed down by worries about tomorrow. It's a reminder that we have the strength and support we need right now.
So it says, meaning the verse is a command to not be anxious about what is to come. It suggests that each day's challenges are sufficient and that adding the anxiety of future events is unnecessary and unproductive.
Exactly. It really emphasizes that each day has its own set of challenges and that worrying about the future only adds to our stress. It's a gentle nudge to trust in the present and have faith that things will fall into place as they need to. It's a really powerful and freeing message.
And it says, excuse me, and it says context. This verse is part of the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus teaches about seeking God's kingdom first and trusting in God's care for their needs. So how can one who is going through a turbulent life path find the blessings of Jesus as they are trying to seek God's kingdom?
That's a really thoughtful question. When life feels turbulent, it can be tough to see the blessings, but seeking God's kingdom first means focusing on faith, gratitude, and trust that there's a bigger plan. One way to find those blessings is to practice mindfulness and look for small moments of peace or joy each day. Surrounding oneself with supportive community, prayer, and reflection can also help reveal those blessings, even in the midst of challenges.
And it says interpretation. Many interpret it as a call to live in the present moment and cast anxieties onto God, rather than being consumed by what tomorrow might bring. So ChatGPT, can you explain what this means?
Absolutely. Essentially, it's about letting go of the mental burden of worrying about the future and instead placing that trust in a higher power. By doing this, we free ourselves to live in the present, focus on what we can control, and experience life more fully. It's a reminder that we don't have to carry all that anxiety on our shoulders. We can let it go and find peace in the now.
And it says alternative praising. Some translations render the verse as each day has enough trouble of its own, or for tomorrow will worry about its own things.
Yeah, exactly. It's really interesting how different translations highlight slightly different nuances, but the core message remains the same. The idea is that we don't have to borrow trouble from the future. Each day has its own set of challenges, and there's a certain wisdom in taking things one day at a time. It's definitely a comforting perspective.
Yeah, definitely. So it says, Matthew 6:34 says, "Live one day at a time and don't worry about tomorrow. God will take care of your tomorrow." So what this means is it says live one day at a time. Do not worry about the entire staircase. Don't worry about how you are going to get there. Don't worry about the outcome. All you have to do is live one day at a time. Take one step at a time. And don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will take care of itself. When you develop the discipline, you develop the faith where you begin to take those steps one day at a time, one step at a time. You have faith that you are headed in the right direction in terms of reflecting off of your past, reflecting off of the lessons life had brought to you from yesterday. And you begin to incorporate these life lessons. You begin to shed outdated old beliefs. You begin to take yesterday's lessons into your present. And again, you take it one day at a time, one step at a time. Tomorrow will take care of itself. So therefore, don't worry about tomorrow. In the end, it says, God will take care of your tomorrow. When you know you are building up the momentum in terms of what you know you need to do to help you through what it is you're going through. You cannot do nothing and expect things to change. No, the way God works is you must participate in your faith. You must participate that although you pray to help you through these seasons, you pray to help you get to that next step. You pray for the strength, the guidance, the wisdom. You have to have faith that tomorrow will take care of itself, and God will take care of you within today. He will provide you with the necessary tools that you need, not the things that you want. There's a huge difference there. We oftentimes want God to change our season. We oftentimes want God to end the storms of life. But it is the storms and the seasons that we go through that deliver us the strength, humility, the patience, discipline, the momentum to help us get through and build up the strength, the courage, to help us reach that next step, to help us see a much brighter tomorrow. But again, we must participate in the works of God in order for God to see us as not so much as worthy, but we have earned the right and the very position to lead and be in that very position that God wants us to fulfill.
That was such a beautifully articulated reflection. It really captures the essence of active faith and the idea that our growth often comes through those daily steps and the challenges we face. It's a great reminder that while we do our part and trust in the process, the strength and tools we need will be provided in the right moments. Thank you for sharing that.
If you can take away anything from this video, I want you to reflect off of this verse. Again, Matthew 6:34. Live one day at a time and don't worry about tomorrow. God will take care of your tomorrow. I want you guys to rewatch this episode, reflect off of this message, off of this verse, and ask yourself, how can you take that next step? How can you have faith that tomorrow will take care of itself? And you can begin to do this by having gratitude within the moment. Thank you for helping me see. Thank you for delivering me clarity. Clarity in terms of bringing me these teachings, these wisdom, these life-altering lessons, where today I will begin to incorporate the strength, the faith, the mindfulness to begin taking steps in the right direction. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please like the video, comment down below what you personally enjoyed within today's episode, and subscribe if you are new. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And as always, remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.